Calix Boxing here. Hit that sub button for nightly boxing videos. Shinsuke Yamanaka versus Anselmo Moreno. Look, I could have been wrong coming into this weekend. I thought that Usyk versus Glowacki was going to be the fight of the weekend, which it still might. That fight's coming up in about a half hour here, I believe. So I'm going to make this as quick as possible because I'm going to be doing the post-fight video for that fight as well. But this fight possibly could be, I mean, if it's not, then Glowacki versus Usyk is going to be one hell of a fight, because this Yamanaka versus Moreno ended up being one of the top 5 fights of the year for me. As far as and boxing's been on fire the past 2 weekends. You had Chocolatito versus Quadras last weekend. That was in my top 5 for sure, maybe the fight of the year. Then you had Thurman versus Porter a couple months ago is definitely in my top 5 as well, and a couple I can't think of off the top of my head. But Yamanaka versus Moreno fits right into that top 5 for me. It's a fight where you had 5 or 6 knockdowns, I believe, and Yamanaka ended up stopping Moreno in the 6th round of a very good fight, very competitive fight. A lot of action, no clinching. Both guys were in the pocket the whole fight. It wasn't just a slugfest. It was a lot of technique involved. A lot of measuring, but still at the same time, a lot of punching as well. And, a lot of the guys on here would not like this fight because the guys were getting hit. Oh my God, they were getting hit. So they can't be great technicians if they were getting hit. The problem is for them is when you keep your hands free, you're going to get hit. No matter how good tactically you are, you're going to get hit. And both of these guys got hit in the fight, but they were showing great technique, as well as willing to stick their heads in there, and also willing to stick their heads in there to land big punches. As far as the fight goes, I actually had Moreno ahead 1 point on my scorecard. And they showed the scorecards throughout the fight, and they were all 3 close. I don't know if that was it was on a Japanese link, so I'm not sure if that was unofficial scorecards or the official scorecards. I'm not sure, but all 3 were close. I actually had Moreno leading by 1 point going into the 6th round, which obviously would have changed because Moreno was knocked down twice in that round. So if the fight would have went on, I would have had him down 2 points after the 6th round. But it was a weird fight too, where Moreno came out, looked good in the 1st round, but got knocked down at the end of the round. So it was one of those weird rounds where in the round I had it scored even. Generally, guys usually just score, and I usually do too. You score the round 10-8 when a guy is knocked down. However, I felt Moreno did so good in the round, even though he got knocked down in the last 10 seconds of the round, it was still an even scorecard. It was a very good fight. I'm gonna leave the link below because I know not too many people caught this fight. Sort of flew under the radar, wasn't on American TV, wasn't where you could catch it anywhere, but it is on YouTube. So I'm going to leave the link below so everybody could catch it, because this was a hell of a fight, one of the top 5 fights of the year, and very good atmosphere out there in Japan. And Moreno's been in there tough, as always, and at 31 years old, losing 3 out of his last 4, losing 2 straight to Yamanaka. He lost him last year as well. You have to start worrying about him as to does he hang him up or not. You can see, although he's still a very good technician in the ring, his reflexes have slowed a bit. So that being said, his right hand looked very good in this fight. It was giving Yamanaka trouble. I think it knocked him down once or twice. I don't remember if Yamanaka went down once or twice. That's how great of a fight this was. But Moreno, more than that, Yamanaka was giving Moreno hell with that straight left. And that was the difference in the fight for me, is Yamanaka's power punches were bothering Moreno more than Moreno's were Yamanaka. He was just the more effective power puncher in here. Every big left hand he landed, it just seemed like Moreno reacted to it. And on that last one, in the 6th round, they both went for the left hand. They're both southpaws, so they both went for that left hand. Yamanaka just let it go a little shorter and landed it on Moreno, and he just could never recover from that. So they ended up stopping the fight in the 6th round. But I'm not going to be too long with this because I want to catch the college football and the Usyk fight coming up versus Glowacki. But go watch that fight. I'm going to leave the link below. Y'all hit me up. Let me know what y'all thought about this fight, and how y'all had it scored when it was stopped.